Okay, guys, I am not here today. We're gonna wrap up the lesson from Monday and today, Tuesday. Tomorrow on our half day. But let's kind of go through this. Just watch this video and then do the assignment. Again, I'm gonna go through this quick. Feel free to hit pause and stuff. Okay. All right. So I've got the key concepts and the notes open. All right. So just like yesterday we talked about arc length. Okay. Yesterday we talked about arc length, and that was the length of the arc of the circle. Today we're going to talk about sector area. Okay. It's the exact same thing, except arc length is circumference. Okay. And sector area is the area of the circle. So, but it's part of the area. Okay. So a sector, I'm going to go left here. A sector is the portion of the circle bound by two radii and their intercepted arc. Previously, we thought of arc length as a fraction of the circumference. In a similar way, we can think of a sector as a fraction of the area. Okay. So, right here, if they give us radians, we're going to use theta over 2 pi. If they give us degrees, area of sector, that's what that means, A of sector, as opposed to A of the whole circle. Now, pi r squared is the area of the circle. So pi r squared, this will always be pi r squared, because this is always the area of the circle. Okay, this is the area of just the part we want. Okay, so area over area, area over area. If it was degrees, it'd be theta over 360 instead of theta over 2 pi. This is radians. Okay, on the right is degrees. Okay, oh, I jumped ahead right there. It's the same thing. Okay, all right, so let's go left here. Let's go left here. All right, circle has a radius of 24, okay? All right, and they give us degrees here, all right? 30 degrees, so I'm gonna do 30 over 360, okay, equals, I'm gonna call it S for sector, sector over pi r squared, okay? So let's change R to 24, okay? All right, so technically, when you cross multiply, technically, you're doing 360S equals 30 times pi times 24 squared, okay? And then you're going to divide by 360, okay? Let me also show you this, all right? Some of you guys might pick up on this, especially depending on what the fraction is. 3 over 36, or 30 over 360, is 1 over 12. You could simplify that. 1 over 12 equals S over pi 24 squared. You could simplify that too. Okay. All right, so calculator, pi 24 squared divided by 12. All right, guys, there was nothing to multiply pi r squared by because that's a 1. Okay. All right, anyway, sector area is 150.8. Does it give us a unit? Unit squared. Okay. What if it asks us for in terms of pi instead of a decimal? All right. Then you would do everything but not put the pi in there. Okay. So 1 over 12 equals S over pi 24 squared. All right, so don't put the pi in the calculator. Okay. Don't put the pi in the calculator. So 24 squared divided by 12. All right, 48 pi units squared, okay? Now, if you go here and hit 48 pi, you'll get that same answer. Okay, this is in terms of pi on the right. Okay, this is in terms of pi. This is rounded, that's a decimal. Okay, it just depends on what the question asks for. All right, circle has a radius of 8. Find the area of the sector with a central angle of 3 pi over 4. Okay. All right, so central angle is 3 pi over 4 divided by 2 pi, because this is radians over here now. The left side is radians instead of degrees. All right, and then this is S for sector, and then this is pi 8 squared. Okay, all right, well, first of all, the pi's cancel, so we can get rid of that. Okay. Okay. Let's first leave this in terms of pi. All right, so these pi's are gone because they cancel. This pi, let's not put in the calculator. Okay, let's not put that in the calculator. So let's go 8 squared times 3/4. Okay, let's put parentheses around that, and then divide by 2. 24 pi units squared. Okay. Now, if you want a decimal, what is 24 pi? 75.4 units squared. Okay. So leaving it in terms of pi just means you don't put pi in the calculator, and then you add pi to the answer. Ooh, arc length of 9, find the area. Okay, so we got to go backwards from yesterday. Okay, arc length, and then we'll go over here and do area. Okay, so arc length yesterday was 2 pi r. Okay. 2 pi r, 2 pi 6, 9 goes on top, okay? We don't know the degrees or the radians. All right, let's leave it in terms of radians, because radians, the denominator here could be 2 pi, and this is what we don't know. We don't know r, okay? Here's why we're leaving it like that, okay? 2 pi and 2 pi is right there, okay? I'm going to write out radians, though, so we don't think it's radius, okay? All right, so radians equals 9 over 6. Okay? All right, so now let's go over here. Pi r squared. Okay, so this was circumference. This is area. Same fraction, but use circumference instead of area, or vice versa. Okay, all right, so radians is 1.5 over 2 pi. Okay, and they want to know, let's call that S for sector. Okay, all right, well, we could cancel the pi's. Okay, so now let's cross multiply. Six squared times 1.5 divided by 2. 27 units squared. Okay. All right, let's do a few more examples. Let's pop over to the skills practice. Okay. Again, Hit pause if you need to. Okay. All right, circles a radius of 4. Find the area with a sector with an arc length of 5. Radius 4, find the area with an arc length. All right, this is one we got to do twice, okay? So we got to do arc length, and then we got to do area, okay? Arc length means circumference. So 2 pi radius is 4, okay? Arc length of 5, okay? And again, let's always use radians because that's easier, okay? I'm going to call that RAD for radian. And then over here, okay, pi r squared, so pi 4 squared. And we're not going to know the sector. And we're going to use 2 pi. What we don't know is the radians. That's what we got to find out over here. Okay. All right, so 2 pi radian equals 5 over 4 is 1.25. Okay, so let's just go over here and go 1.25. And then now we're done, okay? Pi here and pi here cancel, okay? So multiply, divide. 4 squared times 1.25 divided by 2. 10 units squared. It's squared because they want sector. Okay. Find the area of a sector with radius 8 and a central angle. Okay, so we don't have to do two things. Okay, just sector. So sector pi 8 squared. This is area right here. This is area. Central angle 2/3 pi. Okay, over 2 pi. Okay, so the pi's cancel. Okay. All right. And sector is what we don't know. Okay. So if we leave it in terms of pi, leave the pi off. Okay. So 8 squared times 2/3 divided by 2. Okay. Now, when you leave it in terms of pi, you don't want a decimal, so make that a fraction. Okay, so 64 pi, because that's this pi right here, okay, over 3 units squared. Okay, now, if you want a decimal, just depends on what the question asks, 64 pi divided by 3, 67.0 units squared. Okay, here let's skip around. Okay, here let's go, no, that's kind of the same. Find the area. All right, let's do 9 and 10 here. All right, a pizza with a diameter of 12 has 8 equal slices. Find the area of one slice. Oh, this is actually not hard. We don't even have to figure out an angle. 8 equal slices, just divide by 8. So pi r squared, all right, but that's diameter. So pi 6 squared, divide by 8. All right, so 6 squared, divide by 8. All right. 9 over 2, 9 pi, pizza pi over 2 inches squared, okay? Or 9 pi divided by 2, 14.1 inches squared. All right, small merry-go-round has a radius of 5 feet. In addition, there are handles placed in such a way that the central angles of 1/2 pi radians divide the merry-go-round into subsections. Find the area of one of such subsections. Okay, so the central angle is 1/2 pi. So 1/2 pi over 2 pi, because this is radians. Okay, this is area. Oh, is it area or length? Find the area. Okay, so pi 5 squared. Okay. All right, so let's leave it in terms of pi, and then we'll do the rounded decimal. Okay. All right, so these cancel. Okay, so now multiply, but we're going to leave it in terms of pi. So I'm going to leave that pi off. 5 squared times 1/2. Oh, I don't want that. I want there you go, divided by 2. Okay, make it a fraction. All right, 25 pi over 4 feet squared. Okay, and then 25 pi divided by 4, 19.6 feet squared. Okay, your homework is the student practice 1 to 10. Okay, do both. I want both answers in terms of pi and decimal. Okay, for all of them. Okay, give me in terms of pi and decimal. All right, we will answer questions and wrap this up tomorrow. Thanks, guys.